Today, I'm going to talk about how to crowdfund an album project or a series of singles. So let's look at why you would want to do this. Number one, it's a great way to get money together to pay for physical releases. It gets money up front. You know how much you have to order. Crowdfunding your music projects allows artists to check that there's significant demand for their music before they commit to releasing an album. It's also date focused, so you're working towards a date to reach a financial goal, which encourages fans to commit. This is a real motivator. Consider making the music only available as a crowdfunded project to increase exclusivity. You can always release it on Spotify 6 months later as a special digital release, missing a few tracks to keep the campaign special. Now let's discuss what is crowdfunding. While there are lots of ways to crowdfund raise, including doing it on your own website, many artists and labels will use platforms like Kickstarter or Indiegogo to formalize the fan funding process. In a nutshell, the fans are asked to contribute to the project through the artist band's website and social media presence. Musicians retain their rights and the website charges a commission once the agreed target has been raised. Another benefit of using a platform rather than pre-selling on your own website is that you get the benefit of tapping into the platform's existing user base that like to support grassroots projects. Although most of your donations will probably come from existing fans of your music through your social media campaigns and promotion, other contributors can easily stumble across your cause and get involved too. If your story and vision is well presented, then you can definitely receive more support than initially planned for. Speaking of targets, some platforms allow you to collect whatever you raise, and other, you have to reach your goal to collect it. Usually, it's best to have a minimum goal to hit that you need to, say, cover the cost of the minimum order of vinyl or merch. Then anything over and above is extra cash. Let's talk about pre-order versus crowdfunding. So, some artists don't like the idea of crowdfunding, right? They think it's uncool, it's not quite bigging, but it sort of feels like that. However, it really depends on your audience and how they would respond. And from my experience, I've seen that it works best for more established acts with an existing fan base. However, regardless, the idea of pre-ordering an EP or an album and having set packages available is in essence the same. The main difference is that you don't have a target to hit. Something I did in the past was to set up pre-order campaigns for EPs that consisted of t-shirts, vinyl, CDs, and stickers. Now, we knew that we would easily be able to move the stickers and include them on future packages, so we just ordered 300 of those. For the CDs, we would order a small run of them, maybe around 50, which was super cheap to produce, and also put a cap on how many of those would be available. At the time, we had a vinyl distribution deal, so we knew we could ask the vinyl distributor about 5 to 6 days before the release date how many of the vinyl we wanted to be shipped directly to us to fulfill the pre-order of those packages. And then when it came to the t-shirts, we simply waited about a week before the release. Then we would place the order amount that had been ordered for each size and then add on about another 20% for those numbers in that final week. This way, we kind of crowdfunded as we had money up front to pay for the CDs and t-shirts, but we made it look like a pre-sale. When I mention crowdfunding an album project or a series of singles, by series of singles, I mean you essentially getting fans to support a selection of releases in the future. This would make sense if you needed to record a bunch of singles in one go and needed the cost for studio, but then would be releasing them one at a time over the next year. So, artists set up a campaign goal, maybe the amount of money they need to record and manufacture the album, and then encourage their fans to pre-order the album. That's it in essence. If enough fans do so, the project reaches its target, the artist records, manufactures, and distributes the album within the predetermined time frame. If the goal is not reached, artists are not required to produce the album. Music crowdfunding platforms are also used by artists who already have financed an album but want to utilize the goal setting and marketing tools in order to maximize support from fans. One way I know artists have actually boosted sales is the following trick. I know a few films that have raised money in this way as well. Basically, human psychology says that when something is going well, we want to back it. The data says that approximately 90% of projects that have 50% of goals within the first week are successful. People fundamentally want to back success. So how can you turn that to your favor? There are a couple of ways, which I'll get into in a bit. All right, let's deep dive. You need to start early. Usually you run a campaign for 30 days. That is the typical time, but you need to start planning about 6 months ahead of the start date. You could think of the start date as a release date and all the things you need to do to promote an album ahead of a release, you would do ahead of that planned start of the crowdfunding campaign. Every campaign is going to be different, but I'll go over the main sections. Number 1, plan and prepare. Build and update the artist profile, including bio, previous works, and influences. Get all the album details with the artwork, track listing, and metadata, and clearly write out the budget that you have. Specify allocation for production, marketing, rewards, and miscellaneous expenses. 2, platform selection. If you want to keep it simple and use the tools that most people do, then choose a reputable crowdfunding platform like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, those are the biggest, or Yule.com. It's a smaller and up-and-comer, but it gets a great retention rate. 3, campaign setup. So, get your title and description in place. Craft a catchy title and compelling description that resonates with potential fans. Highlight the uniqueness of the music artist and the album, and create a captivating campaign video that showcases the artist's journey and album vision. Ideally, you want to get the artist to record this, and this is going to incorporate their story brand as well. Rewards and incentives. Design a variety of reward tiers, such as the digital downloads, physical CDs, merchandise, and exclusive experiences. I'll go into more detail on this in a bit. Number 4, marketing and promotion. So, starting with social media, you want to utilize all the platforms to promote the campaign. Vertical videos are going to be the winner here. Throughout the campaign, engage with fans through regular updates and behind-the-scenes content. Look at your email campaigns. Build an email list of fans and potential backers using something like a cover or a bootleg to download to start building your list up. You then want to send out personalized emails announcing the campaign and encouraging support throughout that campaign too. Let's look at collaborations and partnerships. Think about all the potential brands or artists that you can collaborate with, such as influencers, bloggers, and other artists to expand your reach. Explore partnership opportunities with music platforms and communities on Facebook, or even here at the Label Machine. Then finally, press and media. You want to reach out to music blogs, magazines, and online platforms for coverage. Craft and distribute a press release to relevant media outlets. And this is obviously very standard around every release, and you might want to look at hiring a PR to handle this as well. Number 5, engagement and updates. So you want to keep backers informed and engaged through regular updates on the campaign's progress. You want to share milestones, challenges, and behind-the-scenes glimpses of the album making process, and really push the final days of the campaign to reach your goal, or if you have reached it, to get the maximum out of your campaign. Number 6, fulfillment and delivery. You want to ensure timely and professional fulfillment of rewards and incentives. Most fans are okay with sending close to release date so long as you keep them up to date. On release day, if they can get hold of the music to listen to, they're going to be happier while they're waiting for the vinyl. So just make sure you communicate any delays or issues promptly and transparently. Now I want to talk about next level crowdfunding, the music album reservation funnel. So, a reservation funnel is essentially a pre-launch marketing tactic used to build anticipation and secure early commitment from potential customers or fans. By asking for a nominal deposit, like $1, the funnel filters out less serious prospects and gathers a list of highly interested fans. This process not only validates the demand for the album, but it also creates a sense of exclusivity and urgency. This was popularized by the company Launchboom in the last 10 years. The reason it's so popular is that it allows you to hit a smaller goal on the day of launching. Then usually the crowdfunding platform sees it's already hit its target in the first day, so it knows it's good and adds it to its front page, which generates even more sales. This is how sometimes you see albums or products on Kickstarter that have a goal of $10,000, but they've funded $120,000. Okay, so let's look at the key components of a music album reservation funnel. Number 1, artist landing page. So the focal point of your reservation funnel will be a well-designed artist landing page. This page should feature the artist story, details about the upcoming album, exclusive content previews, and the unique benefits of participating in the pre-launch phase. 2. A nominal deposit. Asking for a small deposit like $1 as a reservation fee can significantly filter out casual listeners from genuine fans who are more likely to support the album financially. This step also builds a list of committed backers. 3. Email capture. Essential to the funnel is an effective email capture mechanism. This serves to gather contact information for further engagement and updates, strengthening the artist-fan connection. And 4, confirmation and engagement. After securing a deposit, immediately acknowledge the fan support with a thank you email that confirms their reservation benefits and what they can expect next. Keeping fans updated with regular emails about the album's progress, exclusive snippets, or personal messages from the artist can maintain excitement and engagement. All right, let's look at the steps to set up a reservation funnel. So number 1, develop those incentives. Decide what exclusive benefits depositors will receive. Options might include early album access, limited edition merchandise, exclusive digital content, or special mentions in the album credits. This can be a bit more exclusive than the offers you give on actual campaigns. 2, select the tools and technology. You want to choose appropriate platforms for creating the landing page, handling the reservation deposits, and managing email communications. Basically, use the marketing machine as we have this all built in. 3, you want to build your landing page. Design an engaging landing page that reflects the artist's image and vibe. Highlight the upcoming album, the story behind it, and the exclusive rewards for early backers. The call to action for making the $1 deposit should be prominent and clear. This is very similar to a drop page. 4, promote the funnel. Leverage the artist's social media channels, fan newsletters, and influencer partnerships to drive traffic to the landing page. Consider using targeted ads to reach potential new fans who might be interested in the artist's genre. Number 5, monitor and optimize. Use the marketing machine analytics tools to track the funnel's performance, focusing on metrics such as conversion rates and engagement levels. Fine-tune your approach based on this data to improve the funnel's effectiveness. And finally, 6, nurture those leads. You want to develop a strategy to keep those who made a deposit engaged up to the launch of the crowdfunding campaign. This could involve exclusive behind-the-scenes content, early access to singles, or interactive online events with the artists. Okay, so why are we doing this? Let's look at the statistics. A minimum of 30% of people who pay the $1 deposit go on to back the album's sale on Kickstarter or Indiegogo. This strategy not only helps validate interest in the new album, but it's also going to strengthen the artist's relationship with their fan base, setting the stage for a successful launch. All right, let's look at a couple of tips and tricks as well. First of all, don't forget to include the cost of delivering rewards. The creation and delivery of perks like vinyl, CDs, and posters can be pretty costly. You want to make sure you keep these costs in mind when you create your budget. I remember a band called Culprit. They didn't factor in shipping to Australia and New Zealand from the UK where they were based, and they had loads of fans there, and they found out it cost more than $10 to send the CD out there, which was more than the cost of the actual CD. Another hack I've seen is using your own money. What do I mean by this? So let's say you want to raise $6,000 for an album release. The cost of manufacture for 1,000 records is $3,000, which you already have as either a label or a band raised. So what you do is create a crowd raising campaign that includes a few executive offers for $1,000 or $500. And then when you launch the campaign, after the first week, you go and buy your own executive offers, thus hitting the 50% raise and making the whole project look popular. You do have to factor in the percentage that you'll take a hit as from the platform's fees, but I know a few bands that have done this in the past and it's worked, especially for mid-size acts working in a genre-based scene. Okay, let's look at some ideas for rewards for fans. So, starting at the top, merchandise. Physical copies of the CDs with exclusive artwork, a vinyl edition of the album, cassette tapes, very popular these days, limited edition posters or artwork signed by the artist, doing custom t-shirts, hoodies, or caps featuring the album artwork or artist branding, stickers, pins, and patches are also very popular. Next, you could do exclusive experiences. For instance, tickets to the album launch party or a special listening session. This can be done online as well. VIP concert tickets with backstage access, or a personal meet and greet session with the artist. Again, you can do this online. Next, you can do some personalized items. A personalized thank you video from the artist or handwritten lyrics of a chosen song is popular. You could also do music creation involvement. So you could create the opportunity to vote on certain album details, such as the cover art or song inclusion. Your name could be mentioned in the album credits or a thank you section, or you could give exclusive access to the creative process through behind the scenes footage or studio sessions. You can look at online interactions, such as private Zoom calls or Q&A sessions with the artists. Also, social media shout outs or mention publicly as well. There's education opportunities, maybe a music production or songwriting workshop with the artist, or private music lessons or masterclasses as well. You could look at unique collaborations, feature in a music video or feature in the album artwork, or collaborate with the artist on creating exclusive content such as a remix or remix competition. And community and charity. You could have a portion of the pledge donated to a charity of the backer's choice, or exclusive charity merchandise with proceeds going to a good cause. All right, but what about top level bundles? Things worth thousands of dollars. So some of the things I've seen before, a private concert experience going for $5,000. So this is a private intimate concert for the backer and friends performed by the artist. Meet and greet session with Photoshop opportunities are included, and of course they're going to get that backstage access during one of the plays as well. You could have an executive producer credit, put that out for $7,500. They get an official executive producer credit on the album. They get an invitation to participate in the album's creative meetings, and you could do an exclusive dinner with the artist and the production team as well. Finally, you could create the ultimate music journey. Put this out for a cool $10,000. Travel with the artist to a concert, travel and accommodation costs are covered. They get access to the rehearsals and sound checks, a personalized tour of the artist's recording studio and creative spaces, and a special mention and thank you during a live concert. All right, so let's finally look at the platforms that are available today. So the big one, Kickstarter. This is one of the most famous crowd-raising platforms in the world. While it's not solely dedicated to music, many artists have successfully funded their projects on here. Next up, we've got Indiegogo. So like Kickstarter, Indiegogo serves a wide range of projects, but it has been used by many artists to fund their albums in the past. There's GoFundMe. So this is better known for more personal causes and charity fundraising, but some musicians use GoFundMe to raise money for their projects, especially if they have a social conscience message behind their album or their work. There's Yule, a France-based crowdfunding site that was founded in 2010 to help creators and entrepreneurs make a difference. Since they launched, they've amassed over 5 million members and fully funded more than 64,000 projects. As of 2023, music is the fourth most popular category, and in terms of overall success rates, Yule beats out most other popular crowdfunding sites, with 79% of music projects meeting their funding goals in 2023.